the morning that decides whether you fade or fight. What if I told you that the difference between dying at 70 and living vibrantly past 95 isn't hidden in your DNA, but in what you do within the first hour after you wake up? Not your genetics, not your insurance plan, not even your doctor. The first 60 minutes. That's where the separation happens. And if you're over 55, that truth should shake you a little, because after 55, you're no longer building a future from scratch. You're either preserving what you have or quietly losing it. Most Americans think aging is gradual and inevitable, but research following massive groups of adults for decades keeps revealing something unsettling. Lifestyle patterns, especially morning patterns, predict longevity better than we ever expected. Genetics explains maybe a quarter of how long you live. The rest? Daily behavior, repeated thousands of times. And here's what makes this urgent. The real fear isn't death, it's decline. It's losing your independence. It's watching your strength disappear. It's becoming dependent on people you once protected. It's sitting in a doctor's office hearing phrases like manageable condition while knowing your world just got smaller. In this video, we're walking through 7 science-backed morning habits that, when stacked together, dramatically extend health span and potentially lifespan. They are simple, they are affordable, and they are powerful. We'll move from helpful to absolutely essential. Stay with me until the end, because the final habit is the one researchers consistently rank as the strongest predictor of living decades longer. Let's start with something almost too simple to take seriously. Habit 7, rehydrate and reset with warm lemon water. The first habit sounds basic, almost trivial. Drink warm lemon water immediately after waking. But small actions done daily compound into massive biological shifts over years. Overnight, your body dehydrates, circulation slows, digestion pauses, your cells wake up slightly stressed. The first thing you consume either amplifies that stress or eases it. Warm water gently rehydrates tissues and supports circulation without shocking your system. Add fresh lemon, and you introduce vitamin C and plant compounds linked in multiple studies to improved metabolic markers and cardiovascular support. It also stimulates bile production, preparing your digestive system to function efficiently. Efficient digestion matters more than most people realize. Nutrient absorption and waste elimination are foundational to aging well. The key is simplicity. Half a lemon, 8 to 12 ounces of warm, not hot, water. Drink it on an empty stomach. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before eating. This isn't about miracle detox myths. It's about creating a predictable, calming, physiological start to your day. When you consistently begin mornings hydrated and steady instead of caffeinated and reactive, your stress response remains lower. Over time, that matters. Because longevity isn't about heroic gestures, it's about daily stability. And once your body is gently activated, you're ready for the next factor that controls nearly every aging process: light. Habit 6. Morning. Sunlight and your internal clock. Modern American life has disconnected us from natural light cycles. We wake up to screens, overhead bulbs, and notifications instead of sunlight. That shift has consequences. Your circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour clock, regulates hormones, immune function, metabolism, and cellular repair. When it's disrupted, disease risk rises. Morning sunlight is the strongest signal to calibrate that clock. Even 10 to 30 minutes outdoors within the first hour of waking resets hormone release patterns, improves nighttime sleep quality, and stabilizes mood. Better sleep isn't just about feeling rested. Deep sleep is when your body repairs tissues, clears brain waste, and regulates inflammation. Vitamin D production also plays a role. Deficiency has been associated with higher mortality and increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Many adults over 55 are deficient without realizing it. The rule is simple: step outside early. cloudy days still count. Face the sky. Let natural light reach your eyes. No sunglasses for a few minutes if safe to do so. You're sending a biological message. It's daytime. And when your rhythm stabilizes, something powerful happens. Energy improves. Sleep deepens. Hormones regulate. The foundation strengthens. Now we protect something that predicts independence more than almost anything else: muscle. Habit 5. A protein-focused breakfast to preserve strength. After age 55, muscle loss accelerates. This condition, known as sarcopenia, drives frailty, falls, fractures, and dependency. Muscle isn't about aesthetics, it's about survival. It's your insurance policy against disability. Research shows that consuming sufficient protein in the morning enhances muscle protein synthesis more effectively than the same amount eaten later in the day. After an overnight fast, your muscles are primed to respond to nutrients. Miss that window repeatedly, and the slow erosion continues. Aim for roughly 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean meats, or well-planned plant combinations can achieve this. Many Americans default to carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts that spike blood sugar but provide minimal structural support. That pattern accelerates metabolic decline. Preserving muscle also protects insulin sensitivity, balance, bone density, and even confidence. Strength influences posture, gait, and independence. When you feel strong, you move differently. When you move differently, you age differently. And strength without mobility is incomplete. That's where the next habit enters. Habit 4. Morning. Mobility and flexibility. Flexibility predicts more than comfort. It predicts vascular health and fall risk. Stiff muscles often accompany stiff arteries. When arteries lose elasticity, cardiovascular strain increases. Gentle stretching or short yoga sequences in the morning improve circulation, joint lubrication, balance, and inflammatory markers. Falls remain one of the leading causes of serious injury and death among older adults in the United States. Improved balance reduces that risk dramatically. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. Focus on major muscle groups. Breathe deeply. Never push into sharp pain. The combination of movement and breath calms the nervous system while preparing your body for activity. Inflammation is a silent driver of heart disease, cancer, and neurodegeneration. Studies have shown that consistent mind-body movement practices lower inflammatory markers. Less inflammation means slower biological aging. Now your body is awake, mobile, and stable. It's time to elevate the heart. Habit 3. Moderate morning. Exercise remains one of the most researched longevity interventions in history. Adults who engage in regular moderate activity show significantly lower rates of cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality. The emphasis here is moderate. Brisk walking, cycling, swimming, gardening, activities that raise your heart rate while still allowing conversation. Extreme intensity is not required for longevity and may not be optimal long-term. Morning exercise improves adherence because life hasn't yet interrupted your plans. It enhances insulin sensitivity, lowers blood pressure, improves lipid profiles, increases cerebral blood flow, and supports mood regulation. No medication replicates this full spectrum of benefits simultaneously. Start with 10 minutes if needed. Increase gradually. The goal is sustainability across decades. Physical health, however, is only part of the equation. Stress biology can undermine everything. That's why the next habit may surprise you in its power. Habit 2. Meditation and stress regulation. Chronic stress accelerates aging at the cellular level. Elevated cortisol increases inflammation, disrupts sleep, and damages cardiovascular function. Mindfulness and meditation practices have been linked to improved stress regulation and favorable markers related to cellular aging. Research involving telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes, suggests that stress reduction may influence how quickly cells age. 5 to 20 minutes of focused breathing each morning can recalibrate your nervous system. Sit quietly. Focus on the breath. When thoughts arise, gently return attention. Consistency matters more than duration. The cardiovascular benefits are significant. Some studies show reduced rates of heart attack and stroke among individuals practicing regular meditation. Stress resilience protects cognitive function, emotional stability, and physical health. When your nervous system is balanced, your body repairs instead of reacts. And now we arrive at the most powerful factor of all. Not physical, not dietary, but profoundly predictive of lifespan, purpose and gratitude. Research consistently shows that individuals with a strong sense of purpose live longer. A clear reason to wake up each day correlates with lower mortality risk and reduced cognitive decline. After 55, identity shifts. Retirement, empty nests, and changing roles can erode purpose. When purpose fades, engagement fades. Physical activity declines. Social interaction decreases. Health behaviors slip. The biological consequences follow. Purpose acts as a protective psychological framework. It encourages movement, connection, and self-care. It builds cognitive reserve that may protect against neurodegenerative disease. Gratitude complements purpose by reducing stress markers and shifting nervous system tone toward relaxation and repair. Each morning, ask yourself, why am I needed today? Who benefits from my strength? What am I building, contributing, or protecting? Then list 3 specific things you're grateful for. Write them down. Specificity increases impact. This practice takes 5 minutes. Its influence lasts decades. Stacking the habits and multiplying years. Each of these habits offers benefits alone. Combined, their effects multiply. Hydration, light, protein, mobility, exercise, stress regulation, purpose. Together, they address the primary drivers of aging: inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, muscle loss, vascular decline, hormonal imbalance, and psychological disengagement. Living 40 more years after 55 is not about magic. It's about stacking small behaviors that preserve systems before they fail. Start with 1, install it permanently. Add another after a week or 2. Build gradually. Protect your independence, protect your cognition, protect your dignity.